There's a silent burden that millions of people carry every day, a burden of fear, a burden of uncertainty, a burden of endless worries about tomorrow. We worry about our health, our family, our future, our finances. We try to control every outcome, to anticipate every danger, to prepare for every possibility. And yet, the more we cling to control, the more anxious we become. But one of the great spiritual masters of the Ramakrishna tradition offered a startling explanation. Actually, very few of us believe in God all the time. How do we know this? Because we allow anxieties and fears to arise in our minds. Think deeply about this. Anxiety is not merely a mental state, it is a spiritual signal. It reveals where our faith ends and our ego begins. We say we trust God, we say we believe in divine wisdom, yet when difficulties appear, our minds immediately fill with fear. Why? Because we still believe that everything depends on us, and so comes this powerful truth. All your anxieties and worries come from egotism and selfishness. Let go your little self, and they will disappear. The little self is the frightened ego, the voice that constantly asks, what if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if things don't go my way? This small self carries an impossible burden because it imagines itself to be the controller of life. But spiritual wisdom teaches another way, a way of surrender, a way of trust, a way of acting with strength while leaving the results in God's hands. As the Master teaches, when worries and perplexities rise in our mind, it shows we have ceased to believe in God and in that He is caring for us. If we have real faith in God, we can never grow anxious. What a radical idea! Real faith is not repeating prayers mechanically. Real faith is inner certainty. The certainty that even when you cannot understand life, God understands. The certainty that even when doors close, divine wisdom is at work. The certainty that you are never abandoned. And therefore, blessed is the man who has faith. He is the happiest of all men because he is free from all anxiety. Freedom from anxiety does not mean freedom from challenges. It means freedom from the torment of trying to control what only God can control. It means living with courage, working sincerely, trusting completely. That is why the Master gives this beautiful advice. You should not be anxious of the future. Whatever takes place here on this earth is for our good, for all things are disposed by God. In the meantime, it should be our duty to be dutiful. How much suffering comes from imagining futures that never arrive? How many sleepless nights are created by fears that exist only in the mind? The Master reveals, it is through sheer ignorance that we bring on ourselves all sorts of groundless anxieties. Most anxieties are not reality. They are stories, stories created by the ego, stories that disappear when the heart returns to God. And then comes this timeless instruction. To work you have the right, but not the fruits thereof. The leader should be a man having not the least egoism, not I, but thou. This should be his motto. Remember this and go on working, and you are sure to come out victorious. Do not try to have everything done all at once. Do your work. Do it with devotion. Do it with all your heart. But let go of the obsession with results. The greatest liberation is not worldly success. The greatest liberation is freedom from the tyranny of ego. As the Master says, it is the greatest relief when we get rid of egotism. It is as if a heavy burden rolled off. At once all our doubts and fears, anxieties and troubles disappear. Imagine living like that, without fear, without inner conflict, without carrying tomorrow on your shoulders. And finally, remember these words whenever anxiety enters your heart. Whenever anxiety rises in you, you become an atheist. You do not believe in God and that He cares for you. If you have real faith, you can never grow anxious. Do your duty, never grow anxious, and do not think of the future. This is not a call to passivity, it is a call to courage, a call to faith, a call to place your life in God's hands and discover the peace that no anxiety can ever destroy.